Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this new lesson in Arabic Grammar Essentials course. Today we're going to talk about an important and simple topic in the Arabic language, which is the demonstrative pronouns. In Arabic, these are called أسماء الإشارة. I hope you're taking notes from each of my lessons. The demonstrative pronouns are words used to point to something or someone in front of us or to draw attention to. In Arabic, there are different demonstrative pronouns depending on the number of objects and depending on whether they are near or far. Following are the characteristics of the demonstrative pronouns. Number 1, these are definite nouns, meaning these are ma'rifah. Number 2, these are fixed, meaning mabni, which means they do not change their case except the demonstrative pronouns used for dual nouns. Number 3, these can be found in all of the three cases, that is, the nominative case, the accusative case, and the genitive case. Based on the object being near or far, there are two types of the demonstrative pronouns, which are, number 1, the demonstrative pronouns for near objects. In Arabic, أسماء الإشارة للقريب. Number 2, the demonstrative pronouns for far objects. In Arabic, أسماء الإشارة للبعيد. Let's explore the demonstrative pronouns for near objects first. In Arabic, أسماء الإشارة للقريب. Let's start with the demonstrative pronouns for singular masculine, which is هذا, meaning this, which is written the way you see it on the screen and pronounced as هذا. For example, هذا ولد, meaning this is a boy. This is a nominal sentence with هذا as al-mubtada, the subject, and ولد as khabar, the predicate. So, if we analyze the sentence, we have هذا, which is اسم الإشارة للمذكر, meaning the demonstrative pronoun for masculine. It is al-mubtada, the subject, and it is marfu' in the nominative case. While the noun walad is ism, meaning a noun. It is al-khabar, meaning the predicate, and it is marfu', meaning in the nominative case. Okay, taking some more examples. هذا كتاب, this is a book. هذا بيت, this is a house. هذا حصان, this is a horse. Next, we have the demonstrative pronoun for singular feminine, which is هذه, again written the way you see it on your screen and pronounced as هذه, and it means this, referring to a feminine object. For example, هذه بنت, meaning this is a girl, where هذه is اسم الإشارة للمؤنث, يعني the demonstrative pronoun for feminine. It is al-mubtada, the subject, and marfu' in the nominative case, while bint is ismun, a noun. It is al-khabar, the predicate, and it is marfu' in the nominative case. Taking more examples, هذه دجاجة, this is a hen. هذه مدرسة, this is a school. هذه شجرة, this is a tree. All of these nouns are considered feminine because they end with ta marbuta, which I have explained already in my previous lessons. Let's do some practice before moving on to next demonstrative pronouns. هذا أبي هو طبيب. This is my father, he is a doctor. If you have watched my previous lessons, there should be no problem in understanding such sentences. Okay. هذه أمي, هي ربة بيت. This is my mother, she is a housewife. ربة بيت means a housewife or a housekeeper. هذا قلمي, هو رخيص. This is my pen, It is cheap. هذه حقيبتي. هي غالية. This is my bag. It is expensive. The noun غالية, meaning expensive, is the feminine form of غال, which means expensive too. So the demonstrative pronouns for singular near objects are هذا for مذكر يعني masculine, and هذه for مؤنث يعني feminine. Next, we have the demonstrative pronoun for dual masculine near objects, which is هذان, written the way you see it right now and pronounced as هذان. And it means these, referring to two masculine entities. For example, هذان ولدان, meaning these are two boys. Here the demonstrative pronoun هذان is al-mubtada, the subject, and it is muthanna, meaning dual, and its predicate waladan is dual as well. So both the subject and the predicate are coordinating each other. Taking a few more examples, هذان قلمان, these are two pens. هذان مقصان, these are two scissors. مقصان means two scissors, and its singular is مقص, meaning scissors. هذان كرسيان, these are two chairs. Next we have the demonstrative pronoun for dual feminine, which is هاتان, meaning these, referring to two feminine entities. For example, هاتان بنتان, meaning these are two girls. Here the subject, which is هاتان, is muthanna, meaning dual, and muannath, meaning feminine. So should be its predicate bintan, and it is coordinating with its subject. This too is muthanna, يعني dual, and muannath, يعني feminine. Okay? Now let's take a couple of more examples. هاتان سيارتان, these are two cars. سيارتان means two cars, and its singular is سيارة, meaning a car. It is a feminine noun indicated by ta marbuta at its end. Likewise, هاتان شجرتان means these are two trees. Next, we have the demonstrative pronoun for both plural masculine as well as feminine near objects, which is هؤلاء, written the way you see it and pronounced as هؤلاء, and it means these. Okay? For example, هؤلاء طلاب, these are students. هؤلاء طالبات, these are students, referring to female students. It must be noted that for plural غير عاقل noun, the demonstrative pronoun used is singular feminine, which is هذه. I've explained the concept of غير عاقل in two of my previous lessons. I hope you have watched them. For example, هذا قلم means this is a pen. هذان قلمان means these are two pens. So when we have a sentence, these are pens, where pens is a plural of غير عاقل, so instead of using هؤلاء, we use singular feminine, which is هذه, and we say هذه أقلام, these are pens. Let's take another example of غير عاقل noun, مدرسة, meaning a school. This noun is feminine indicated by ta marbuta at the end of it. So we say هذه مدرسة, this is a school. هاتان مدرستان, these are two schools. هذه مدارس, we don't say هؤلاء مدارس. Why? Because madrasa is a غير عاقل noun, and when we have a plural of a غير عاقل, we use singular feminine and we say هذه مدارس, these are schools. Okay? Let's have a look at the following examples which will make it more clear inshallah. هذا رجل. This is a man. هذان رجلان. These are two men. هؤلاء رجال. These are men. هذه امرأة. This is a woman. امرأة has Hamza al-Wasl in the beginning and it is not pronounced when connected to the word preceding it. So instead of saying هذه امرأة, we say هذه امرأة. I've explained Hamza al-Wasl in a short video. The link is in the description. So هذه امرأة means this is a woman. هاتان امرأتان. These are two women. هؤلاء نساء. These are women. Now let's take a غير عاقل noun masjid and say هذا مسجد. This is a mosque. Masjid is a غير عاقل noun, keep that in mind. هذان مسجدان. These are two mosques. هذه مساجد. These are mosques. Alhamdulillah. Now let's learn the demonstrative pronouns used for the objects that are for. Okay? And I'll speed up from now on because it won't need more explanation to understand. First we have the demonstrative pronoun for singular masculine for objects, which is ذلك, written the way you see it and pronounced as ذلك. For example, ذلك رجل. That is a man. ذلك سرير. That is a bed. Next, the demonstrative pronoun for singular feminine for object, which is تلك, meaning that. For example, تلك بنت. That is a girl. تلك ملعقة. تلك ملعقة. That is a spoon. So, for singular for objects, the demonstrative pronouns are ذلك for مذكر يعني masculine and تلك for مؤنث يعني feminine. Next, the demonstrative pronoun for dual masculine, which is ذلك, meaning those, referring to two masculine entities. For example, ذلك رجلان. Those are two men. ذلك سريران. Those are two beds. Next, we have the demonstrative pronoun for dual feminine, which is ذلك, meaning those, referring to two feminine entities. For example, ذلك بنتان. ذلك بنتان. Those are two girls. ذلك ملعقتان. Those are two spoons. And finally, we have the demonstrative pronoun for both plural masculine and feminine, which is أولئك, meaning those. For example, أولئك رجال. Those are men. أولئك نساء. Those are women. And for غير عاقل, the distant demonstrative pronoun used is singular feminine, which is تلك. For example, تلك ملعقة. That is a spoon, and when we have the plural of غير عاقل, we use singular feminine and say تلك ملاعق. Those are spoons. Taking one more example, ذلك كتاب. That is a book. تلك كتب. Those are books. Alhamdulillah. Now we have a very important concept regarding i'rab. In the beginning of this lesson, I said that the demonstrative pronouns do not change their ending case except the dual demonstrative pronouns. For example, if we have a phrase في هذا, meaning in this is a genitive phrase, يعني جار ومجرور, where في is حرف جر and هذا is مجرور because of في preceding it. Since there is no sign on هذا to indicate that it is مجرور, it is considered مبني, يعني fixed. Okay? And when we have a dual demonstrative pronoun preceded by a حرف جر, it changes its case just like all other dual nouns. For example, if we have a noun kitaban meaning 2 books, and if I have to say in 2 books, I say fi kitabaini, where the noun kitabain is majroor and it is indicated by the letter ya. I have explained this in detail in one of my previous lessons. Likewise, if we have the dual demonstrative pronoun hadani meaning these, referring to 2 entities, and I need to say in these 2, I say fi hadaini. Here the demonstrative pronoun hadaini is majroor, which is indicated by ya. Okay? Likewise, hatani becomes fi hataini, meaning in these 2, referring to 2 feminine entities. Dhanika becomes min dhainika, meaning from those 2, referring to 2 masculine entities, and tanika becomes min tainika, meaning from those 2, but referring to 2 feminine entities. Okay? Finally, let's revise all of the demonstrative pronouns we learned in this lesson, which are divided into 2 categories based on the proximity, which are أسماء الإشارة للقريب and أسماء الإشارة للبعيد. Starting from singular, which is known as al-wahid or al-mufrad in Arabic. Then for mudhakkar, يعني masculine, we have هذا meaning this and ذلك meaning that. For muannath, يعني feminine, we have هذه meaning this and تلك meaning that. Next, we have the demonstrative pronouns for al-muthanna, meaning the dual. For mudhakkar, we have هذان for near objects and ذانك for distant objects. And for muannath, we have هاتان for near objects and تانك for distant objects. And finally, we have the demonstrative pronouns for al-jama', meaning the plural, which are same for both masculine as well as feminine, which are هؤلاء for near objects, both masculine and feminine, and أولئك for distant objects for both masculine and feminine. And for plural of غير عاقل, the demonstrative pronouns used are singular feminine, which are هذه for near objects and tilka for distant objects. Alhamdulillah, that's it from this lesson. Make sure you like, comment and share this to others to help this channel grow. I leave all of you in the care of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.